We'll chat with that. We march on. Unsurprisingly, another showdown against the Dodgers, the team to beat. Bryce Miller will probably end up being on the mound. He had a great first game. Dollander, not so much. Hunter Brown did have a solid game. But obviously, you'll have to rely on a few more people this time out. The bullpen did their best, outside of Berea, to choke it away. Can't imagine he'll change the lineup because you never asked me to. But guys like Manzardo need to be better. Volpe needs to be better. A lot of guys need to step up. I mean, the Marlins could have easily won that series. The Dodgers look like this in 2030. Starting pitching, Matthew Liberatore, Ryan Pepiot, Gavin Stone, a 35-year-old Shohei Ohtani, and Joe Ryan. In the bullpen, John Magana, Tom Cosgrove, Andrew Wands, Josh Fleming, Holden Powell, closers Roy Serrano, and Tanner Scott. Catchers, Jesus Christ, Superstar, Tyler Stevenson, Henry Davis, and Dalton Rushing. First base, 75 overall, Gabriel Rodriguez. Second base, rookie Alejandro Navarro and Luis Arias. At third, the Rocky Killer from last postseason, Isaac Paredes. At shortstop, Zach Neto and Noah Miller. Trey Sweeney as well. In left, Jake Bowers. Center field, James Outman and Luis Roberts. And in right, Andy Paez. Do you have a better roster? I would say yes. It didn't necessarily matter last year, though. The Dodgers are voodoo. It is game number 1 in LA. The rematch. This time a best of 5 rather than a best of 7. Will that benefit one side or the other? You have a choice here in terms of who starts game 1. Do you go with not yet full energy Bryce Miller, or do you go with Forrest Whitley? That is the question. Do you save Bryce Miller until he's at 100% energy, or do you go with Forrest Whitley? Looks like Whitley, it's a close one. We might have to throw it to a vote. It is going once on Whitley, though. Going twice. Sam Besser pushes it over the edge. Forrest Whitley is the guy. Game number 1, a leadoff triple for Pablo. And an early run on the board. Make it 2 Mountain Oyster. Wow, what a start. Volpe walks, Brett Beatty singles, bases loaded with 2 outs for Warming Bernabel, who is out on a fielder's choice. So Whitley has some insurance to work with. Tried to get the double play there. Bases loaded for the Dodgers. And a ground out. Both teams wasting a bases loaded situation already. Based on previous intentions or previous instructions. That doesn't go. Forrest still pitching with a lead. And doing well. Leadoff single for Mountain Oyster. Manzardo walks. Makes sense to play small ball. Double play. Got thrown out at home. Leadoff walk for Rodriguez. Arias gets the Dodgers on the board. Ohtani walks. Bit of trouble for Whitley. Runners at the corners, 1 out, a line out. Can Whitley get out of it? Yes, he can. Forrest has done well. There goes that man. Isaac Paredes has tied the game. The Rocky Mountain Killer strikes again. Successful pickoff there. Tied at 2 through 4 innings. Pablo, leadoff walk. Go for the steal. He gets it. Small ball to take the lead is successful. 3-2 Colorado. Leadoff double for Ohtani. Can they bring him in? No, they can't. Their starter is out. Brett Beatty solo shot. The lead's back up to 2. Paredes is on. He's going to be walked via instruction. Now's probably a good time to move Forrest out, but the question is for who? The question is for whom? Isaac Bonds. Who's it going to be, chat?
I'm just trying to walk through this fucking grass.
Who's it going to be? Big shout out to Stuart Lill for the follow. Some shouts for Rollison here. Going once on Ryan Rollison. Going twice. Sold. Rollison's in. Double play ball. Neto walks. Rodriguez is on. Arias ties. Doesn't tie the game. That's right. It's 4-3. Ohtani into a fielder's choice. 4-3 game. One out double for Pablo. Clark can't bring him in. Mountain Oyster delivers again. 5-3 Colorado. Craziness. Can Rollison get through another inning? Yes, he can. Magana brought on. Do you leave Rollison in for one more inning or turn to a setup man? Which would either be Doval or Hamilton, I would imagine. You trust Rollison to get you through one more. All right, he's staying in. However, previous instruction. Paredes is getting walked. That was previous instruction. Rushing on the single. Do you still trust Rollison? They brought in Henry Davis to pinch run. Do you still trust Rolly to get you through this? Here in game 1, best of 5. 5-3 lead for the Rockies. Going once on trust. Going twice on trust. Trust it is. Neto makes it a 1-run game. Do you still trust Rollison? Tap shouting out Hamilton. Do you still trust Rollison? Going once on Ian Hamilton. Going twice on Ian Hamilton. Miller now thrown into the mix. Ian Hamilton, Mason Miller. Who's it going to be? Patty Cake shouts out Miller. Going once on Mason Miller. Going twice and sold. Miller's in. Gets one out. Arias gives the Dodgers the lead with a 2 RBI double at 6-5. Miller still has to face Ohtani. And the runner's thrown out at home. 2-run shot for James Outman. It's 8-5. We'll turn it over to Ian Hamilton now. As the Rockies now need 3 runs here in the inning against Tanner Scott. Ground out, fly out. The Dodgers come back to take game 1. Luis Arias with a tremendous performance. What's up with the red? The Dodgers take game 1, 8-5. As chat does not get the calls right. in terms of the bullpen. Game 2, your ace will be on the mound. It's Bryce Miller. Any lineup changes, given that Manzardo has 1 hit and 12 at-bats? You want to optimize the lineup a little bit, or leave it as is? What do you think, chat? Leave it as is, or optimize? What do you think? Going once on leave. Going twice on leave. And sold. Game 2. 1, 2, 3 inning to start. Arias on base. Ohtani goes down. Another 1, 2, 3 inning. Solo shot for James Outman. And a follow-up double. Robert down. I have been told to walk Paredes. If you want to change that instruction, let me know. Double play ball, so it worked out well. Let's see. Arias. Jesus, you might have to start walking Arias. Ohtani moves him over to third. Outman walks, bases loaded. You obviously got to trust him. It's just what's going to happen. Fielder's choice. They're out of it. Pablo, leadoff double. It's got to be small ball to tie it. Failed bunt. Mountain Oyster's got to swing. Can't get it. Manzardo can't get it. Wasted base runner. Pitch to Paredes there, and he was out. Solo shot for Dalton Rushing. 2-0 Dodgers. Neto with a double. Rodriguez walks. Do you trust Miller? Or do you maybe turn it over to a long reliever? He's allowed 7 hits in 3 2/3 innings. Do you trust him to get out of this against Luis Arias, who has been outstanding, and you can't walk him to put Ohtani on? So you have to pitch to the guy. I mean, he's been insane. All right, trust is the word. Arias does ground out. Volpe, 2-out single. Gets the steal. Fernandez can't bring him home. Solo shot for Shohei Ohtani. 3-0 Dodgers. As the curse of Dodger Stadium looks to be alive and well for the Rockies. You have not won a game at this park. And that might continue. Who do you turn it over to? Who do you turn it over to? He had a phenomenal performance against Miami. Couldn't duplicate it against this Dodger lineup. Highest stamina would be, I mean, honestly, someone like Feltner. Someone like Feltner would have the highest stamina, given that he's not Rolison. Barria's at a 37. Miller's at a 66, but you guys hate him. So, I mean, yeah, you're probably looking at Feltner as a long reliever. Given that Rolison pitched last time and it wasn't particularly good. Going once on Feltner. Going twice. And sold. Ryan Feltner. Going to be hopping in here. 2-out single for Robert. Paredes into a fielder's choice. Rockies need runs, and they get a 2-out solo shot from Max Clark. Rockies on the board. Leadoff double for Rushing. Neto walks. Rodriguez into a fielder's choice. Arias loads the bases for Shohei Ohtani. Do you trust Ryan Feltner, or do you trust somebody else to survive Shohei Ohtani? You technically don't have to. You can switch him out. He has faced 3 batters. Trust. Ohtani strikes out. Outman flies out. He does get out of it. Leadoff walk from Manzardo. Beatty down. Langford walks. Anthony Volpe against Andrew Wands. Volpe gets the Rockies to within 1. Fernandez on the sac fly to tie. It's a double play. Runner was thrown out at home. Baez hit by the pitch. Robert singles. Do you still trust Feltner here? Do you still trust Feltner here? It's a close game, even though it probably shouldn't be. Do you trust him? Do you? Or do you want to change out? That is the question. Still trust? All right. Feltner, sac fly. Dodgers back up by 2. Rushing, another base hit. Do you still trust Feltner? He's already given up a run this half inning. 2 on, still 1 out. What's the deal going to be for Feltner, chat? Do you trust, or is now the time to switch him out? DMD saying trust. Going once on trust. Going twice. Sold on trust. Gets a ground out. Rodriguez strikes out. Top of the 8th. Rockies down by 2. Leadoff walk for Dinger. Pablo flies out. Clark into a double play. Bottom of the 8th. Arias leadoff single. Do you trust? Do you trust? Leadoff single for Luis Arias. Going once on trust. Going once on Berea. Is it a trust? Is it a switch to Berea? Going once for Berea. Going twice. Berea's in. Ohtani down. Outman down. Paez with a single. Roberts flies out. The Rockies need 2. Oyster against Tanner Scott. Leadoff single. And all of a sudden, this game's interesting. Will the Dodgers take a 2-0 lead with them to Coors Field? Or can the Rockies find a way to tie this game and tie this series? It's a 1-0 series lead for the Dodgers. Manzardo up, holds off on the fastball. 2-run lead for the Dodgers. Manzardo fouls that one down the first base line. You 1-1. Manzardo representing the tying run. Swings and misses at the outside slider. Good pitch from Tanner Scott. The 1-2. And he gets Manzardo on the sinker. What a pitch from Scott. And it brings up Brett Beatty.
This is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing
0 for 3 in this game.
What you tell yourself is I want to stay square to the plate.
And we got the robo-ump in effect, so perfect strike zone. First pitch from Scott. Beatty holds off on the slider. The Rockies have now played 5 games in Dodger Stadium in our time. They have not won a single one of those games and could be going 0 for 6. Shohei investigated in this timeline. Our beautiful boy Shohei would never do anything wrong, ever. How dare you? Investigate him for what? Being beautiful? By the time this is uploaded to YouTube in 2027, this could age horribly, we'll see. Langford is on deck and will get a chance, barring a double play. The 3-0 to Beatty. And he gets the walk. Wyatt Langford steps in and can give the Rockies the lead with one swing as Cameron Cawley's brought in for double play protection. Langford has not recorded a hit yet in this series after walking off the Marlins in Game 3 to get them there.
Last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect
that slider misses.
They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Hassar, as I've heard. There you go. The 1-0 from Scott. Trying to get Langford to chase, but Langford not biting. Has tremendous plate discipline. The 2-0 from Tanner Scott. Langford! Ground ball! The Dodgers have a 2-0 lead.
This is what you call taking care of business. When you've got home field advantage.
Captain Clutch could not deliver this time. The Dodgers are 1 win away from making it back to the NLCS. A bad sign for the Rockies when Wyatt Langford can't deliver. 15 hits to 5 for the Dodgers.
Just really made the difference. Not much separates these two teams. And your
wow.
4-2 for Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at
Bryce Miller charged with the loss. The Dodgers 1 win away. A great performance from Dalton Rushing and a second save in this series for Tanner Scott. It comes down to this. The Rockies need to do what they did to the Dodgers last year, and that's win 3 straight games. It's not impossible. It's not impossible, but it is improbable. Game number 3 at Coors. The question, I mean, it's got to be Brown, right? It's got to be. He had a much better performance in his game than Dollander. It's got to be Hunter Brown to try to bail you out. I mean, granted, Dollander was supposed to be the guy you could trust, but it looks like you should go with Hunter Brown. Is there any disagreement? As the Dodgers will put Gavin Stone out there. Going once. Going twice on Hunter Brown. And sold. Now, I saw chat mentioning to optimize the lineup. We'll do that as well. See if there's anybody worth substituting. And Langford actually has a worse batting average than McPiss Missile. Manzardo still has just 1 hit this postseason. Follow your heart. Hey, it's not my team. I'd tell you guys to fucking forfeit. If it was my team. If it was my choice, that's what you'd be doing. Again, Manzardo. There is a chance he is taking the money and running already. You could bench him for Hunter Goodman if you want to. You could. You can also bring in somebody for Yanquiel Fernandez by having Langford play left. Could go to Short King. You do have Drew Romo, who is a switch hitter. You do have a pretty good righty-lefty balance, though. I mean, Fernandez, this is yet another year of him struggling at the plate. You could go with Romo as the switch hitter. The big question is, Manzardo, what do you do there? What do you do? Chad seems to like Romo at DH. Does Manzardo stay in the 9 spot, or is he subbed out for someone like Hunter Goodman or Warming Bernabel? Bernabel has no hits and 4 at bats, so it would be the rookie Hunter Goodman for Manzardo. If we take a look, Langford, Clark. There's a lot of guys hitting under 200. A lot of guys hitting under 200. Go Pablo, Mountain Oyster, Brett Beatty, Anthony Volpe. Actually, in fairness, Volpe should be moved up. That looks good. Manzardo gambling on these games, potentially. This is it. Chat needs to win or their season is over. Good start. From the pitching perspective, leadoff walk for Dose. Gets the steal. Small ball for the lead. It's 1-0 Rockies. Nothing like leading a game without a hit. Baez is on. Robert can't bring him home. Clark is on. Nothing else doing there. Ryan Rollison is pitching. Hunter Brown injured in the bottom of the first. Ryan Rollison is currently on. You could take him out for Dollander, should you choose, who could have started this game. Do you want to stick with Rollison or swap out to Dollander? Dollander would probably have to start game 4. Let him cook? Okay. 1 out double for rushing. Neto has tied the game. 2 on, 1 out. Arias down. Ohtani! 3-1 Dodgers. The triple for Shohei Ohtani. Now would you like to switch pitchers? Who you going for? Do you go to Dollander or somebody else? Chad, I hate to say it, but you have had some terrible luck in terms of who to have pitching and when. Who's it going to be? Altica going for Miller, who has had a horrible postseason. Absolutely horrible so far. Going once on Miller. Gratterall and Trash Can getting some love. Miller and Trash Can going once now on Trash Can. Trash Can and Gratterall both getting shouts. Going once again on Trash Can. Going twice on Astros Trash Can. Sold. Astros is in. Outman grounds out. 3-1 Dodgers. Romo hit by a pitch. Pablo with a double. Volpe can go for the sac fly. Fails. Oyster can also go for the sac fly. Any disagreement? Just to get that run on the board. Altica wants him to swing. Chat saying swing. Oyster grounds out. Brett Beatty grounds out. Chat got greedy. 1, 2, 3 inning there. Dinger lines out. Clark with a solo shot. The lead's back down to 1. Langford down. Manzardo down. Neto reaches on an error. Rodriguez with the 2-run shot. The Dodgers up by 3. Do you stick with Astros or swap them out? Do you stick with Astros or swap them out? Going once for Mason Miller. Going once for Gratterall. Gratterall and Miller both getting shouts. So pretty torn. Now going once for Gratterall. Going twice for Bruce Dar. And sold. Bruce Dar Gratterall is in. And gets out the 3-4 hitters. Volpe, 2-out single. Gets caught stealing. Strong effort from Brewstar. Solo shot from Mountain Oyster. The lead's back to 2. Max Clark's second home run of the game. It's now 5-4. Top of the 7th and a 1-run game. Paredes leadoff single. Rushing a follow-up single. Do you trust the Brewstar? Or do you swap out to somebody else? Going once for Mason Miller. Going twice for Mason Miller. Sold. Miller's in. Has had a god-awful postseason so far. 1 down. 2 down. 3-run shot for Luis Arias. 8-4 Dodgers. Trust or swap? You got Berea, Duvall, and Hamilton left. All right, chat says screw it. Just let him go. Manzardo against Magana gets a leadoff double. You got to swing at everything this point. Romo down. Pablo Sanchez Dos with a 2-run home run. The lead's back down to 2. Anthony Volpe singles. Mountain Oyster into a fielder's choice. Brett Beatty against Roy Serrano goes down. Top of the 8th, chat. Miller or switch? And if switching, who to? This game isn't over yet. Chat sticking with Miller. Outman grounds out. Paez with a single. Luis Robert with a single. I'm only going to ask again because it's Isaac Paredes at the plate. What do you want to do? Do you continue to trust? All right, chat's going to continue to trust. RBI single for Paredes. It's 9-6. How about now? How about now? Leave again. Leave. All right. Dalton rushing. Double play ball. Bottom of the 8th. Dinger leadoff single. Clark sack bunts him over, even though we didn't tell him to. Langford gets the Rockies to within 1. It's 9-8. Wyatt Langford. Manzardo down. Romo strikes out. We go to the 9th. The Rockies have to win, or the Dodgers will complete the sweep.
Welcome in, John Shelby.
Let's see what happens. Can the Rockies force Game 4? Or will the Dodgers, after surviving in 7 games against the Rockies last year, will the Dodgers pull off the 3-game sweep in this best of 5?
That misses. And now
Miller misses again. Been a rough postseason for Mason Miller. 2-0.
Here's a strike.
Fastball right down the heart of the plate. No swing from Neto. They acquired in the middle of the season.
And another ball.
Misses on the circle change. 3-1 with Gabe Rodriguez on deck. Crash, that's a hell of an expression.
The line of the pitch.
3-1 from Miller.
He swings and fouls one.
It's Neto swinging. Full count to Zach Neto as the Dodgers look for insurance. And a great cutter from Miller for out number 1.
That was his third strike.
That's one down, and here comes Barria.
He's into the game, but the base is empty.
Go look at his full numbers there. Jaime Barria.
And next for
Ready to go.
Gabriel Rodriguez.
Gabriel Rodriguez is in. Has a home run in this game.
And a foul ball.
Fouled.
Barria, 6'1" righty, 200.
Barria.
And he was born in Panama.
The hell is that audio line? The 0-1.
Ripped towards third.
Grounder to third.
Beatty to first.
2 away for the Rockies.
Now batting, second baseman.
Luis Arias
Two out.
has been outrageous
Now, Luis Arias.
in this
He's
series.
already homered in this game.
He's due up again.
And that one missing low. Movement in the bullpen. Camilo Doval appears to be getting loose.
Looked like Paredes was the Rocky killer, but it might be Arias.
One-run game here at the top of the ninth.
Has been red hot. Here's the 1-0. Arias, the base hit into lefts.
You know, I was watching his rounds during
2-out single for Luis Arias will bring Shohei Ohtani to the plate.
Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious.
35 years young.
But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame
Fastball in there for strike one.
Stands in now and watches strike one.
What can Shohei do?
Here comes a pitch. That one fouled off.
Ohtani, he missed one. He missed one. There'll be an 0-2 count. That was a dangerous pitch from Barria. The 0-2. Ohtani, nearly an identical hit to left.
Lead runner at second.
Arias and Ohtani back-to-back singles. Leave Outman's their number 5.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full.
Yes, he is. Here comes Outman.
Step or two behind.
Rough game. Had moments in this series, though.
He is seeing it like a beach ball.
Outman.
Fastball misses.
As he takes a ball.
Both of his hits in this series have been home runs. That's insane.
Crowd locked in right now. One run.
Can he do it again?
Here in the ninth. That one missing inside.
Rough slider, 2-0 count to Outman.
On 2-ball count, you can't nibble, but
I'm just trying to walk through this fucking
Gotta, I imagine it's Mikey. Could be Mickey, though. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in.
Next offering in the dirt.
Outman's not biting on anything here.
He's expecting the guy to come in.
3-0 count to Outman.
Not getting what he was hoping for.
Barria the pitch, right down the middle.
Thought the green light might be on right there, but maybe
The interesting 3-1.
swing in that count. That's the pitch you want.
Pitch from Barria gets Outman swinging.
Count is filled up.
All of a sudden, it's a full count.
First and second, 2 down. Here in game 3 of the NLD.
Barria
And that one off.
misses on the fastball and walks. The base is loaded. Mikey, that makes sense too. Well, Mike, welcome aboard. And that's what we do around here. A lot of franchise, some road to the show, typically at the end of the stream. Base is loaded for the Dodgers.
In the box now. Takes
Good
strike.
fastball.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right
Cats, Rockies, trying to survive in the playoffs. Again, my White Sox did not make the postseason.
Texas fans in the ballpark right now, you can feel it.
Not only do the Rockies need to hold them off the board, they still need a run at least to tie this game. 1-1 from Barria.
That catches the corner.
Very close strike on the slider. Can Barria get out of it? Fouled off. I started one with the White Sox and the Cubs fan. I'm a Red Sox fan personally, so chat went with the Rockies, so I had to go with the team that was worse, and so far that's been the case. Barria gets out of it.
To the bottom of the ninth we go.
The Rockies need just one run to tie the game as they survive a scare.
back now as they hand the ball to a
Tanner Scott looking to make it 3 appearances and 3 saves in this series to send the Dodgers back to the NLCS. He won a World Series with them last year, and here is the former Rookie of the Year, Pablo Sanchez Dos.
That's in for a strike.
Go on the slider. Yeah, so Mike, what we do is we do streamer versus chat. I control one team, chat controls another to see who wins first. And chat did sign Volpe. This is his 3rd season with the team? 2nd season? 2nd season. They benched him a lot last year, despite signing him to $22 million.
Kicks and fires.
The 0-2.
Just off the inside edge.
Just missed on that slider.
He's kind of wondering where it missed, you know.
Yes, missed.
For each umpire strike zone is something that pitchers and hitters.
Yeah, we're in 2030 in this timeline. This is chat's 2nd playoff appearance. That is going to be a leadoff double into the gap at right center for Pablo Sanchez Dos. The former Rookie of the Year delivers again. Wow. Big hit there. And chat was 1 win away, losing Game 7 to the Dodgers last year in the CS. Anthony Volpe. Out to right. It's fouled off. Tying run at 2nd. Rockies trying to force Game 4 down 0-2 in the series. Pitch from Scott. Misses on the slider. The 1-1 to Volpe. Fouls off the slider. Eighth pitch from Scott. The 1-2. Volpe tempted, held off though. 2-2 count. Volpe grounder to first, race for the bag, but the tying run is at 3rd. Volpe does his job and advances the base runner. That brings up this season's Rookie of the Year, the left fielder Mountain Oyster. Can tie it, can win it with 1 swing. Mountain Oyster, aka Bull Testicle, takes a slider right down the middle. Never subscribe to the take your pitch attitude in a video game. It's bullshit. The 0-1.
It's a pitch out, nothing doing, and that's ball.
Did you think he was going to steal home? Interesting call.
1-1 now.
A 1-1 from Scott. Oyster has tied this game in the bottom of the 9th. The Rockies aren't done yet. This year's Rookie of the Year brings in last year's Rookie of the Year. And the Rockies have tied the game in the 9th. Brett Beatty up.
And now, Brett Beatty.
And misses on the fastball.
And it's 1-0.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt.
Mountain Oyster delivers. The 1-0 to Beatty. No, a pick off to first. They caught Oyster.
And he's out at second.
And the winning run is now Beatty as Oyster gets caught.
2 down, nobody on. Here in game.
What a pickoff by Tanner Scott. 1-0 count to Beatty.
That one finds the corner.
Good fastball there.
1-1. The Dodgers bullpen with some action. Andrew Wantz up and loosening in the.
What does Andrew wants? A 1-1.
Trying to send this.
Scott delivers.
Foul ball.
Beatty fouls it off. The Rockies have loved themselves some walk-offs in our time.
Left-hand batter waits.
Pitch. Slider misses. Couldn't tempt him.
Base is empty, but one run across. We're in the last half of the ninth.
2-2 to Beatty.
Struck him
And the slider hits the zone.
That's the third out, and
We're going to extra innings
pick up one run on the RBI single.
as the Rockies continue to fight for their life.
This is the National League Division Series on the
Luis
show.
Robert Jr.
New inning getting started, and now it's Luis Robert.
I think we just gotta watch. I just think we gotta watch this through, don't we?
And that one foul.
Robert fouls it off. Maria's still in. We could sim the top half of each inning
And a pitch.
and then see what the offense does for the Rockies. What do you guys think? Robert swings and misses. Or we can just sit here and follow along. I don't mind either way.
Team has on the road in extras.
I like watching the AI. Always interesting moments.
And the count 1-2.
1-2 count now to Robert, my secret agent. Got somewhere to be. I sure don't. I sure don't. I look forward to this being a 3-hour-long video, though, on the YouTube side.
And another ball.
Maria misses again, 2-2. Top of the 10th.
Upstairs.
And it'll be a full count to Robert.
Trying to tease him.
That might be the only game where you can watch AI versus AI without tearing your hair out.
Make it an easy out.
Yeah, because it's more situational.
3-2.
It's the most situational
He
game.
walked in. And that
Robert
thing's going.
gets the walk.
They needed him to deliver there.
I sure do, Crash. I sure do. I'm glad we lived through that.
To find a way to get him home.
And here is the Rocky killer, Isaac Paredes. And Isaac Paredes with a 2-run bomb to left. You can't write it.
Gigantic blast.
The Rocky killer strikes again.
That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them.
He fucking hates you. The Dodgers up by 2 in the top of the 10th. Isaac Paredes does it again. Right when you try to label Luis Arias as the Rocky killer,
Looking to do damage. I think
Paredes reminds you
He went and got it.
who Daddy actually is. Crushed it to left. And the Dodgers have the 2-run lead as Doval is brought in.
This is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Certainly for Camilo Doval. He needs to shut the door.
The next to hit.
Right through there for his
Fastball. I should have cut her to rushing.
Former All-Star.
The extra inning ring turn off. It's not a thing in the playoffs.
And he works in a sinker.
The 0-1.
Swinging a foul.
Rushing fouls that cutter
You
off.
ever caught a foul ball as a fan?
I cannot believe it was Paredes again. That's insane.
As a fan.
Righty to the
The 0-2 from Doval. Dalton rushing
here.
back-to-back home runs for the Dodgers.
A massive home run. It's 12-9. That's their fourth home run of the game.
Make it a 3-run lead.
They're clearly feeding off of each other.
Back-to-back jacks for the Dodgers, who are on the verge of eliminating the Rockies for the second year in a row.
Always a special feeling at the ballpark,
Left
especially
that
if you're
slider
team
right
has
over the heart of the
at
plate.
This is the kind of
And rushing made no mistake. And that will likely do it for the Rockies season,
Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Next to hit.
as the Dodgers again are just too good,
That pitch in for a strike. And it's a
even though they've been in decline. We're going to see it through at this point, mainly so Crash Andrews doesn't yell at me.
There's a strike.
Two really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count.
Ian Hamilton, who has not pitched once in this series. Probably a mistake on your part, chat. Just going to say that. The 0-2 to Neto.
The shortstop takes the ball.
This is on the cutter. And the Rockies stop the bleeding.
That misses. Now 2-2.
Another cutter for Duvall misses. He was your best pitcher this season.
Right-handed reliever. Slider misses.
Oh
outside.
my God. Just no chasing at all from Neto. Full count. Fouls off that slider. Fair enough, Crashy. Another full count pitch here.
Here comes a 3-2. Bounced out.
Neto will ground out to short.
Whips it to first.
One away for the Rockies.
I believe we talk about how the ball is coming out of
Getting that elusive first out.
It comes out of his hand as an infielder. Wow, really impressive.
Gabriel Rodriguez.
And up next for Los Angeles, Gabriel Rodriguez.
A heartbreaking finish for the Rockies should this be how it ends. To tie it in the ninth. Just to allow 3 runs on 2 home runs.
And it's 1-1.
The ball misses on that slider again.
Wouldn't chase that
The
time.
ball misses again on that cutter. Dodgers have had unbelievable discipline at the plate. Warrior, what's up? Chopper to third.
Sends it across to first.
Make it 2 away for the Rockies. They're not done yet if they can stop the bleeding here.
Luis Ariz stands in.
However, good luck stopping the bleeding.
Especially when guys are conscious
Luis
of
Ariz
contact to deliver
has
power.
been ungodly
They tried to get
in this
chase,
series.
Slider down and away. Already 3 runs across in the frame here in the top half of the 10th. Out there.
Arias, the pop-up.
In into his right.
The shallow center. Clark is there. But the damage is done. Isaac Paredes. The 2-run shot. And then the follow-up.
Back here in
The
extras.
Rockies need 3. Andrew Wantz is in.
Andrew Wantz.
And I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead.
Can the Rockies pull off the miracle? Dinger McPiss Missile, the catcher,
It's always
leads off.
Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
Number 4 at the plate.
Fastball misses.
High there.
The 1-0. Dinger. Grounder to short. It's going to be close. 1 away.
They get the leadoff man in the 10th.
Talk about being able to dial up the velocity. That first baseman over there might need a little.
Dodgers 2 outs away. Here comes Max Clark. Has 2 home runs
In for the Rockies.
in this game.
Number 3 with a pair of home runs and a single.
Clark is due for a new contract this offseason.
Swing and a miss.
Swings at a fastball on the outside. The 0-1. Clark fouls off another fastball. Quickly already at 0-2.
One away, and we're in the last half of the 10th. And a swing.
Clark goes down on 3 pitches.
Gosh, here it is.
The Rockies are down to their last out.
Fastballs. Man, he's got a lot of confidence.
Wyatt Langford due up.
Final out. Down the left field.
Grounded into a double play at the end of game 2. The heart and soul of this team.
In there at the knees.
Excellent pitch from Wantz. So close yet so far. The story for the Rockies. Langford fouls that one off. And one went away from the World Series last year, and then to get swept by the Dodgers here.
Just missed.
It's a good take.
Flurry of misses. The 1-2 from Wantz.
And another ball.
Misses again. It is true. Rockies starter did get injured in the very first inning. Completely changed the complexion of this game. The 2-2. The LA Dodgers are going back to the NLCS. The defending world champions. That much closer to winning it yet again. As they sweep the Rockies. In a rivalry that is really starting to mirror the meme of I hate you. I don't even know who you are. The Dodgers get it done again against the Rockies. They are 6-0 at home against Colorado in the last two playoffs. And they get a big set of wins, or a big win, I should say, at Coors as well. The Rocky season is over and done with in incredibly disappointing fashion. No other way to put it. As we take a look at the numbers, Dollander got his 6 innings. Didn't go well. Rolison was obliterated. Bryce Miller was solid, but he can only pitch so much. Forrest Whitley, was okay. So was Ryan Feltner in limited appearances. I mean, Dollander, especially Rolison, was rough. Hunter Brown, who was hurt, bruised arm. Did really well when he pitched, but again, you didn't get to see him in that decisive game. Berea, not so hot by the end of it. Astros trash can, not so hot by the end of it. Gratterall got obliterated. Mason Miller got obliterated. Camilo Duvall was okay, got beaten up in game 3. And then Ian Hamilton, you guys gave a third of an inning to Ian Hamilton. That was certainly a choice on your part. Lineup-wise, Dose did very, very well. To say the least, Max Clark was also solid. Mountain Oyster was fantastic. Kyle Manzardo, abysmal. Right before that contract extension kicks in. Brett Beatty, it was okay. Wyatt Langford, to be honest, disappointed you guys. He's better than that. Anthony Volpe was significantly better than what he did last year. Still not amazing. Yanquiel Fernandez, not too hot. Dinger McPissmissile, not too hot. And then on the bench, no hits in 4 attempts for Bernabel. No hits in 3 attempts for Romo. Bullpen was a disaster, and too many key players disappeared at the plate. The Rockies fall in the NLDS.